Hello everyone and welcome to Mashinky, where Uthris is over-engineering every aspect of this rail line. We are over by the Trumpet Interchange right now, taking a look at some things we might want to accomplish in the upcoming episodes. I think right now the tracks are relatively stable. We still have this really messy area, but in hindsight I'm looking at it and we could, in theory, just take this line straight up to here. Like right up to that, get an interchange right here, and then have that just split one way, another way, and then come back. So I'm not overly worried about this interchange right now. What I want to start working towards, though, is getting some iron smelted, and we want to see how that kind of works out for us in the long run. So what I want to do is come over and think about where we want to start smelting iron and getting resources for that ready. And I'm thinking this workshop somewhere. We need a new workshop location because this one's just getting it's just gonna get a little busy, and I wouldn't mind spreading things out just a little bit more for the future. So we have these two iron spots, we have this foundry, but I'm thinking if we take iron from here and we take that left and then up to the foundry near Lutton up here, I think that would be an okay trip. We might have another foundry option. Not really taking a look at it. Everything's kind of close together up in the north. So, you know, I think taking it up to Lutton would be a good option. We have saved a decent amount of money, so we have plenty of options and things we can do and work with here. So let's go ahead and get started on that. So there's going to be a double station because foundries require the iron and coal to operate, and because of that they are a little bit more complicated than the other structures, but that's okay. What I'm also going to do is I think I'm going to take it this way, and then we'll wrap it around the other side. I think that would be a cool little route here. So let's grab the shortest diameter and then bring it over this way and then over here. Okay, so that'll be a nice little station. And then taking a look at it and what's over straight ahead, we have the personal depot here, which means I know I said this at the start of the episode, but we're gonna have to work on this interchange. No two ways about that. That's just gonna have to happen here, and I hope you guys are okay with that. Pretty excited for maybe just a new addition to the route. We're also gonna have to take rail from basically this location all the way up this way. Now we could come from the north. We don't necessarily have to use this junction, but if I simply turn this into a Cloverleaf, it's already built, it's already halfway there, we don't need another bridge. Basically the only change that needs to happen to make this work is to make this go that way, and then they would be basically set to go, I think. Am I right on that? Heck, I don't know. You know what? We're gonna figure it out this episode, so stick around and we'll do that. Alright, so let's do something like that over to here. And then we'll just wrap this down towards this workshop. That's a sawmill. What are we doing down here again? That's a sawmill. Man, Uthris is dumb. Why do you guys watch my channel sometimes? I swear. Tell you what, we'll go to this iron ore and then we'll take it this way. That's perfectly reasonable, right? Let's just pretend this was the plan all along. And I didn't screw up right there. that way. We'll kind of come out one and then make the turn to there to create a little bit of a bend. Just like that. Which we can then connect basically straight up to this. No real junction needed there. It's a kind of a dead end pathway. And if that's the case, we definitely need to find a new workshop. I mean, we could keep using this one in theory. We just might need to slap on another station to it, but it could handle that. Probably easy enough, and we could just upgrade the tool works, and we just have everything centralized over here. I'm fine with doing that. I think I am a-okay with doing that. First things first, though. Need to expand the shoreline out this way a little bit. There we go, and now it looks a little bit more jagged and rocky. And then we can start straightening these out, merging these straight to this bridge. Alright. Now, bump. It comes over this way. Okay, so we need this to be able to turn and basically do a complete 180. This is gonna be a large, kind of expensive thing that really isn't worth it, but whatever. And just like that. Right? Because we have to get rid of this route completely to accept this, and then if they want to keep going that way, what they can do is simply go beside it. So we'll bump this out a little bit like that. Very rocky. And then we'll do something like this. Is that cool? I think that's fine. Alright. So let's go ahead and set up some of these signals here. Just so that we can start getting rid of some of the excess spots that just won't be needed. We really need to get rid of this turnaround. We need to get lumber from other areas in the map and really speed up efficiency there. So let's get rid of you. That's perfectly happy to do so. All right. Now the question now becomes, that works. And when they leave, they'll go this way and just connect to go north. We technically don't need this to be able to connect. I mean, it's connected to both sides. What am I missing? I feel like I'm missing a loop. Am I missing a loop right now? That can go that way, and that can go that way, or straight. It's good. This way can go get on this way or go that way, and then over here it can't get to the other side, so we can't go from this way to down towards Coventry. So that's a concern. That means we need another loop on this side. The sooner we get this straightened out, the better. And if we can get this loop efficient enough, in theory, we can come down here, turn to go this way. which is what this loop needs to be. So we need a loop here, merge, loop here, merge. Yeah, that's what we're missing from this massive and redundant construction shape. So I'm gonna pause for a moment, and we're just gonna flatten out that. Totally ruin the terrain, the interesting parts of the terrain. Get rid of this weird loop thing, because it's no longer needed. And then go ahead and get rid of this tail here. And this one. And a bunch of these stops. Alright. And now we can get this loop built this way. Which actually can loop all the way over to there. Why not? In theory, I could straighten this whole section out. Nah, I'm fine with it being a little wonky. It's okay. It has some charm to it. Now this, if they wanted to go to the right, there's no way to do so currently. So we will come out this way. Like that. And then just like that. Alright. And then from here, we need a loop to want to go south and then around, right? So we will start right here and we'll just try and force that as much as possible. There we go. And if they want to leave to go that way, they can essentially do so. Let's get rid of this signal. It might be in the way. They can essentially do so like this. I feel like I'm missing the one still here though. Like if we're going up this way, again, we can't go directly onto that route. So that is the one missing. So we can just bring this around. Like that. And that creates something like a Cloverleaf. It's really janky, but it works. If it works, that's all I care about. Really not much else. So we'll go ahead and delete some of these signals so we have something kind of fresh to look at. Alright, so that's separating, coming together. This one should be coming together. This one should be separating. Pop. Just like that to go all the way around, just to come together again. Right there. We'll get rid of that signal and then we'll just do the split. Again, for me, the game definitely handles splits better than it does more simplified junctions. So that is something to keep in mind. But that's currently. It could change. Who knows? Alright, so we have that. Now this one is definitely splitting. This one's definitely merging. This one's merging. Then going up to there, and this one's splitting. Let's see, this one's merging. This one is splitting. I think I can unpause it at this point. I mean, it should just function. Right, so this is a split. That's perfectly fine. So that is working there. Then we will split that there, split this there. Now we just gotta make sure there's definitely plenty of room for just multiple trains to come on through. Train 14 hauling 68 passengers, coming through the most confusing section of the track ever. But hey, it works. At least it should. We'll find out. Alright, so we'll speed up time. And at this point, the log car should, in theory, know how to turn around by just using that Cloverleaf kind of interchange back there. So you can see he's starting to go this way. No, that's the coal car. Where's the log car? Did he go missing? Well, there's a log car. Where is he wanting to go? Why is he going backwards? Yeah, let's follow him for a bit. So he's getting off here. He should do a loop now. Alright. Go up and over. Not interfering with any traffic in doing this. He's just going his one way. And then he just gets off here. Goes right back onto the main line. And he is golden. Just like that. So that's definitely going to help the flow. That's definitely going to help. Okay, so that is hooked up. That station there is hooked up. The foundry and this whole interchange is probably the next project that we need to do. And then at that point, we'll start purchasing trains and start making some iron, right? So let us take a look at our options over here. It's gonna be a tough one. Yeah, that's not an easy one by a long shot. Really, what could be the easiest thing to do is make the main line go straight to Lutton, because it's the cleanest section, and then jerry-rig Station 5 onto it with an overpass that goes straight onto Station 4, and we just do a Cloverleaf here. Station 2 could get dropped. We could just drop Station 2 altogether and then just keep Station 5. It's going to be used for ore and people, and I think that is the best thing we could do. So let's go ahead and just start butchering this whole system that just was always janky. And we got money, so we can do some massive terraforming if needed as well. And we'll make some money back too from just kind of getting rid of all this track. Alright, so this is kind of what we have to work with. let's get these trains out of there for a moment. Let's take a look. So let's delete these like that. Let's come up with a clean solution to get this over to here. And you know what? I might be able to run this just next to the town. And then up to here, and then we just take tunnels. Right? Holy cow, those are expensive. Okay, so we got some tunnels. And the cool thing about these tunnels is that you can see all the way through them. They function really well in terms of aesthetics. Alright, so we'll just connect these up. So we'll have some tunnels. Alright, everything's going one way. It shouldn't be much of a stopping point here. So I think we'll be okay. We'll turn it this way. We'll go straight for a good while and then just simply curve it up and get it up to there. Delete this little access point. And there you have it. That's the new kind of mainline section through there. Now we just got to connect Station 5 onto it over to Station 4, which is what we're going to do now. And I think the quickest solution is to simply raise this up by 2. Right? Make that match on this side. 2, 3, 1, 2, and 1. Alright, so we're gonna get a nice big bridge here. Another wooden one, because wood, again, just looks so much cooler, right? I mean, look at that. That looks beautiful. The way it arches across there. Alright, so this is kind of where the Cloverleaf thing is going to start. So we'll come down like this just to get back onto some flat terrain. We need to curve around everything like that. Fairly straightforward building here. Now that's going to get expensive because you have that weird moment with the water, and that's always pricey. So we'll do that, and then just get this to go up towards the shoreline for now as our temporary thing. I'm gonna have to delete the roads here so that I can get this other thing just to fit, just like that, right? And then we can start wrapping it around this way. Over here, very much the same. So we get it split off this way like that. And then it can straighten out over here. Once you get used to building these type of intersections, they're pretty straightforward on what you need. You need kind of this inner loop, the rings to be the merging and offloading on the other side of the bridge. And then you need another vein just going up along the side of it to be the merging off to go to the different line, to the different direction, if that's what you want to do. Okay, so we have those set up, and that looks so cool with the town, doesn't it? I think it does. Problem is just this whole waterway. It's an issue. It's a major issue. So for now, let's go to some of these trains, our passenger trains. Let's locate them. for now, we will just completely remove Station 2. Station 2 no longer exists for them. And then at that point, where is the final one? So that's 1, 2. Is he up here? He is. Now Station 5 is no longer hooked up either, so that's a small issue. Something to think about. Station 4 is going to need rework, so these trains really could probably just go, but we'll see. And in fact, what I'll do is I'm just gonna borrow a whole bunch of money, I think. Oh, we're at the borrowing cap. Okay, well, we can't borrow any more money. Yeah, shoot. Okay, well that took all of our income. Right there. We have no more money. And sadly, I locked away train 13. And so that kinda takes that income away. Which means station, what station is that up here? Station 5. We can go ahead and just remove that from the orders. They're not gonna be able to make it. So basically going 1 to 0 at that point. This guy, remove Station 5 as well. Okay, yeah, that's gonna be a little while till we get moving again due to monetary issues. All right, and just like that, through the magic of editing, you guys didn't have to wait nearly as long as I did. And we are back to go ahead and try and fix this whole thing. There we go. That's a decent little Cloverleaf design, and we'll make it wrap around this way. Flatten out a little bit more terrain, just like always it seems. There we go. And just like that. Now this is a little bit of an interesting note. Station 4 is right here, which is fine. We could just connect this straight onto Station 4. We could also connect this Cloverleaf down here. And this would complete this whole grid system and networks. However, that means this Station 4 is basically dead in the water a little bit. So I don't think I'm gonna do that at this time. But maybe in another future episode if you guys want to see if that would work out for us. Alright. Let's flatten out a little bit more terrain just through there. Just enough to get a rail. Cool. We'll have it curve down and around. So this is definitely going to help the overall traffic problem that was plaguing this whole area. Not only we are cutting down how many stations there are, but we are essentially streamlining this, like probably a little bit over-engineered like everything else I do, but that's okay. Okay. Let us delete this whole section. Alright, now let's take a look to see what we have to work with in terms of space, right? So we want to be able to turn around. That is probably the first priority. So let's go ahead and set up a station that can do just that within the space offered. Which means we need something like that. And then I need to delete these for more of this design. Alright. Now the interior can luckily fit as well. So that's going to give us a nice double station to call home. Which really then all we need to do is make more money because we're broke again. Any trains about to pull into a station? Anyone making us money about right now? There you are, train number 14. You can do that. Can I rename these things? No, I can't. I think I can rename the stations, though. No, I can't. Well, touche. And since we're going to be reworking this one, I might put the train station closer to the post office so we can start delivering mail. And why not, right? I mean, really? Alright, so let's do this for now. Just so that train can get out of there and actually rejoin its brethren where it's free. And then here we are free to just give this a bend, give this another, and then connect that up, and oh yeah, we have station 5 back up and running. Which means I need to now somehow get this to kind of wrap around there. No. You see, I didn't give myself a good enough lead up time, and that's kind of biting me here. Do I really need this line to go that way, though? I mean, currently I don't. So we'll leave it for now. We can rework this. We can maybe redo the line down to this direction and then just connect it onto it. Who knows? But anyway, we do need signals. That is always a must. So we'll get these set up. Get these to split and these to come together. And then that should create something temporary, pseudo-permanent. I don't know how long that's gonna stay, but stay like that. But we'll find out, I'm sure. Okay, so that's there. I suppose we can just cause this to split. I think that's fair, and just like that. Alright, so this goes that way. This goes the opposite way. To where it merges again. And this splits. Like so, and this one merges. This one merges, this one splits. I think you guys are probably tired of me kind of thinking aloud when it comes to laying down these signals, but don't worry, we are kind of getting to the end of that. Cool. Alright, there we go. That is basically set up. Now we just need to do two things, and that's buy a couple trains. Alright. Let's see what we get here. We can get the CSD, of course. That's the workhorse that we're using for passengers right now. Passengers can make us a decent amount of money, as you guys can see. So we'll go ahead and do that, I think. So engine, we're going to get 2 CSDs eventually, but we'll start out with 1. We're gonna get a couple Fisher wagons. About 5 of them. Orders for you is to come over here to the mine. And then take that straight all the way up here to Station 11 and back and forth. That is all you are designed to do. I mean, in theory, nah. I could multi-roll it. Like, I could add a couple coal wagons onto it and make it go to the mine and then the coal and then up there and drop everything off at once. It needs 3 ore to 5. Yeah, it's pretty expensive. Anyways, we can just start this train. That train's free. It's free to go. Alright, train 13 is getting up there to make us some more money. Train 14 is basically right behind it there. Station 7 is eventually going to need the extension for the waiting room. That's kind of on my list of things to potentially look at there. Station 12 is kind of our money horse, just going from Station 0 to Station 1 and just making the money the shortest time possible. Okay, let's just get a waiting room up here. There we go. So that might increase their yield a little bit. That way, since we're sending 2 large trains up here, basically back to back, it won't take as long to fully load it. All right. Other than that, we get coal cars working. So it's full up of coal now. Let's actually ride this thing. You guys haven't seen the iron hoppers yet. That's what these are. Kind of hang up on the ladder. This is a cool view. Real nice. Yeah, I like standing up here for some reason because you can see the cargo behind you and the smoke plume and the train in front of us. Makes me feel like I'm riding a roller coaster a little bit. Definitely a different side of the map. We don't really have anything over here, so it's interesting to go through some of these new areas that you wouldn't be otherwise. Honk the horn a little bit. Alright, well, that's a cool little train. Oh. Yeah, he kicked it into high gear for about 2 seconds there. That was scary. So many trains, so many opportunities to make a lot more money for us. So that's definitely gonna take a look into doing something like that. Train 14. I was really hoping you'd pull into Station 1. Oh, you are pulling into Station 1. Good. Get away from that train 13 a little bit. Get a breather out there. Separation. We might look into adding a fourth passenger train onto this system as well. That would probably be quite beneficial. Let's see. I think that's gonna do us for this episode, though. It's kind of ran on a little bit longer than I wanted to, but sometimes when you get into the engineering mood and you're just kind of getting things laid out, it take a little bit longer than necessary. But you know, we're making great progress. We're getting a lot of the main line essentially established to where there's traffic free. And then at that point, we just buy a whole bunch of cool trains. So if you guys are enjoying Mashinky, go ahead and subscribe to my channel for more creative goodness like this. Hit that like button. Leave a comment down below on what you guys think. And until then, thank you all so much for watching. And I'll see you all in the next episode.